After hundreds of battles throughout the season, we finally determine a champion tonight. As EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings you the biggest game of them all, the Super Bowl. We've made it, we have made it. Alongside Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott, bringing you coverage of the Super Bowl. It's almost surreal when you take in the atmosphere, isn't it? The magnificent spectacle that surrounds this game each and every February. And at the center of it, the best team from both conferences who fought all season long for the honor of playing here tonight.
And you know what's beautiful about this stage, Kate? These teams who meet in the Super Bowl each and every year, we've learned this. They're not always the most talented team in the league. They're the two who never buckled under the pressure, never let the moment become too big. You know what I love to say? They're the ones that didn't just play with one another. They played for one another. And I can't wait. You can't wait. The world can't wait to see which team truly earns the right to raise that Lombardi and call themselves a champion.
I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the gun, Goff. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives the Lions the first.
I'm sure Coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On first down, it's Gibbs. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Maverick! 17!
On first down, it's gone. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens are going to take over after his 9th interception of the season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
First snap, and Lamar's going to throw. Complete out to the right side. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Ali McNeil in on the tackle.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Quick pass, right side, complete. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Hey, Ozzy, Ozzy, shut up. You at X, you at X. Shut up.
Lamar throwing again. Finding Flowers. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Hey, Alpha, shut up. Hey, shut up. Shut up.
Again, it's Jackson to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. 16 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Good opening drive to this point. They've got another first down at the 34.
Shut up.
And again, it's Jackson. Into traffic, complete. This is ahead for about 5. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you've got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Yo.
Jackson yet again. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
DC ready?
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. In the middle holds, they don't get anything on the run. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Hey, report. Where's it?
Lamar now from the gun. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended in an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Hey.
Jackson now on 3rd. Has it in close. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll try and punch it in. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So that'll do it for the opening quarter of Super Bowl 61. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll get you back to Atlanta after this. Three more quarters to go. We're back for the second frame here of Super Bowl 61. They're hoping to convert here on 2nd and goal. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there. Reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. The 50. 30. The 10. takes this one back for the pick six. Young Hui Koo on for the point after. And the kick is good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. And he'll break the 15, but not get much further. Tough field position to start this one out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
180. 180.
They kick the running back in motion.
180.
Jackson trying to get after the pick. Cut out left. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Now they send their back in motion right. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, didn't it? And it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And 4th and 4 coming up. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going. That forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
Foot down, here's Jackson. They connect for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Jackson's going to throw again. Walker hauls it in. It's a pickup of 11. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st down, here's Lamar. Completed to Flowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
180.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
2nd and 8. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
To the air, 3rd and long. He's got it at the 6. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. They'll run it from the gun. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's second and goal. Complete on the option. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, first and 10.
Run! Maverick wall! That's it!
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That is Eddie Jackson. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up first and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have second and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Stopped by Grady Jarrett. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. All plays on the table here for third and 3. Shotgun snap to Jackson. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions get it back as he ties the single-season record. That's his 14th interception. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for him.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up. Well, they were hoping to get outside and meet those guys at the second level. Well, someone from the second level came to beat him on his turf. And that meeting didn't go so well.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
Oh, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Shotgun snap here to go. He has the first over the middle. And what a hit there. Alex, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third deep downfield like that, you...
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Hey, report. Report. Sit up. Sit up.
Hand off to the back. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
13. Hey, middle.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. That's incomplete left side. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings them to 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Complete beyond the marker. Space on the right. He's got room. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take the lead just before halftime. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half.
We go tonight.
All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's going to be blocked down at the 42. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Right.
From the gun, Goff. St. Brown there to bring it in. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. T.J. Tampa there on the tackle.
Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he nearly gets to the 25 before going out. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Hey, 5. Cut. Ric Flair.
Off play action, Goff. And they pick him up again. Nate Wiggins has got it. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And he's going to go. It's a pick 6. You get a pick 6. You get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 a multiple highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
And the kick is good, so they add 7 to their lead on the final play of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Well, we all enjoyed that halftime show, right, Brock? These guys were strategizing how to win that Lombardi. We're back underway in the Super Bowl. And he's out of bounds up across the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Handoff now out of the gun. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Third and long for him here. Oh, put some heat on this deep. He connects on the deep shot. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. They'll just throw it away, but here comes the flag. There was nobody in the neighborhood of that one. No one in the area. He was still in the pocket. Seems like a pretty cut and dry intentional grounding to me.
Seems like you want to be an official someday, Kate.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you nailed that one.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half, partner. This is going to be his first punt. That's taken at the 15. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Lions will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Now gone. That pass is complete to McBride. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
We go tonight. Value 3. What's that?
Out of the shotgun, Goff. Has him on the quick hitter. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
I remember talking to Jim Harbaugh one time, and Bo Schembechler asked him when he was a head coach, you have a tight end with his hand on the ground? Yes, coach. You have a fullback still in your roster? Yes, coach. Well, you're going to be just fine.
Goff on third. Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Trying getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And they crush him right near the marker. It looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On first down, it's gone. That pass caught by Wangu. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Tight end in motion right. Throwing again, it's gone. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Third down run by Gibbs. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Give him 13 on that play. And that gives the Lions the first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw from Goff. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens take over on his 11th interception of the campaign. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. That'll do it for 3 quarters here in Super Bowl 61. Just one final act to go in our season. The Ravens out in front with the ball. A 3rd title within their reach. Second down now, 7 to go. Lamar now from the gun. Walker hauls it in. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
First down, here's Lamar. Into the hands of Walker. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. How about 29 yards on first down? And a fresh set of downs on its way. first down, they'll run. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
They motion Bateman over right. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. Just 1 yard on the play, and they're left with a long 3rd and 12.
Tried to mix in a little wide receiver carry and catch this defense on its heels. We've seen it work time and again, and it almost got there. Without that tackle, we could have seen a big gainer. To give some credit to the defense where credit is due.
Jackson now on 3rd. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Tucker's kick is up and good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
I think you could call this one now, Kate. His field goal makes it a 3-score game, and even the most improbable comeback attempts are going to have a hard time erasing that type of deficit here in the final quarter.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all, so they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They go play action with Goff. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become two, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
Another try following the sack. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find Trey McBride. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. Never eat shredded wheat. North, east, south, and west, right, Kate? And I like on 3rd downs, north and south. You start going east to west and eating that wheat, you could run into problems just like that.
On to punt on 4th down, it's Bradley Pinion. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. The Ravens in very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
They give it to him again. And he's not going to get much. A modest gain at best to the 41. It's a gain of 3 after the loss, but still 3rd and 8 to work with. Lamar back to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Takes it in at the 21. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Lions will go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap here to go. Short pass brought in. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Brandon Stevens has it. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Here's the long back on the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to the well again. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9. They've got a man in motion. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That kind of call right there, Kate, it shouldn't be the 3rd down surprise. It used to be 5, 10, 15 years ago. So common in teams' playbooks league-wide. But boy, is it tough to defend. And that's why they love breaking it out to reset those chains.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. They'll take a knee here as that clock approaches the 40 seconds remaining mark.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
And that does it. The Baltimore Ravens are once again Super Bowl champions. Commissioner Roger Goodell on hand to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Baltimore Ravens, the champions of Super Bowl 61. So that is a wrap. Another memorable NFL season in the books for our entire team here at EA Sports. For my partner Brock Hewitt here, our fellow commentators Brandon and Charles, Mike and Greg, I'm Kate Scott saying thanks for watching. We cannot wait to catch you all again next season. Until then, good night everybody from the Super Bowl.